Hey Simlies, it's Deligracy here, and I have a speed build today using the Sims 4 Dine Out game pack that's come out a few days ago. This speed build has been requested. I have started a brand new LP. Let's play The Sims 4 Dine Out, and the LP, if you guys haven't seen it, is basically based around a family called the Woos, and they are a very wealthy family who own a chain of fast food restaurants. So their fast food restaurants are called DcMonald's. If you see what I did there, I know. I think I'm a little bit funny and I'm lame, so I apologize. But anyways, this is basically their starter restaurants. Their restaurants are going to develop a lot over the LP. So I wanted the restaurants to begin being pretty... I wanted them to seem like they're a little bit run down, a little bit unhygienic, pretty greasy, pretty fatty. You know, they've got a lot of fries, they've got a lot of burgers, all of the pizza and chips and all that greasy good stuff that tastes so good but is so bad for you. So this is basically the place where you go. And yes, it is based on McDonald's, but it's called DcMonald's. And yeah, it's got a drive-through, so we've just created that L-shaped road. And I understand that where it's placed in this world of Windenburg, it's not really the ideal and realistic placement for a road to be. But for the lot, it works in other worlds quite well. So yeah. I also, I guess, was a little bit inspired to make it look like they've tried to make it more modern by having some dark timber details around the build, and they're just trying to make it modern. They're not really achieving it in a tasteful way though fully, but it's okay. It's okay. There's also tons of advertising, so these fluorescent red and yellow signs were pretty perfect to use. And I originally made a side yard just to the left there to be used as a playground, but then I realized once I had experimented with The Sims 4 Dine Out that in the gameplay, it's handy to have more tables, so we put some tables there. I've got to say though, this is a really good starter restaurant. The floor plan's really easy to use. It's kind of like the perfect amount of tables to serve customers at. And yeah, if you want a good starter restaurant that looks a bit run down, maybe that's a fast food joint that you're hoping to expand into a real big, proper, popular 5-star restaurant, you know, this could be the perfect place for you. That's kind of what I have in mind anyways. Depending on where the LP goes, we'll see. But I also like the fact it has one tree out the front. Just one. Like the whole thing's concrete and then just one tree. Just as if they were to say, oh, we better have a little bit green. So we'll just put a little tree in there. Oh dear. So because my Sims 4 family have one of these fast food chain restaurants in each world, we have one here in Windenburg, then we have one in Oasis Springs, and that one has a palm tree out the front. And then we have another one in... I've had a complete brain fart. The first world, you know, the world? Willow Creek. Gosh, Deli, wow. I need to take more, I need to do some Sudoku, or I need to do... Do you call it Sudoku or Sudoku? I swear you can call it either thing, but I need to do more of that. That's what I need to do. Improve my memory. But anyways, this playground is going to fit pretty perfectly right here. So if you wanted to, you could totally take out the tables and put the playground in there, but I preferred to have the extra tables. So we do delete it in a little while. Probably would have liked to keep it there, but oh well. You got to make it good for gameplay as well when you're doing builds. You do a build, it may look really good, but you've got to be able to play in it. I think my last build, the split level build, that was one of the builds I didn't play a test, and so much of it didn't work in gameplay until I actually moved my LP household into it. And I also saw heaps of comments on the gallery too that said, it's so nice, but I can't play in it. So you know what, it's pretty important to play a test. I feel bad about that. Next time I'll play a test it. Here we are putting in the iconic red and yellow colors with a bit of gray because we're trying to make it look a little bit more modern and contemporary. But we've still got those gross linoleum. How do you even say that? Tiles there. Linoleum. Okay, I'm not even going to bother. But yeah, we have those there. And then we have the new chef stations, which have come with this game pack. And yeah, they're pretty cool because you have the pigeonhole going through the wall, so then the waiters can actually grab the food from the chefs and directly take it to the table. So that's pretty handy. I also wanted these windows to look like a drive-through. They are from The Sims 4 Get to Work, and yes, they are actual windows. They're not gaps in the windows, but I thought if you use your imagination a little bit, it kind of gives the right illusion of a drive-through window. So that's what we're going for. I also wanted it to look quite dirty in the back kitchen. I didn't want it to look perfect, so it's dirty, and we're going to be putting a few industrial things around the place to make it look a little like the work conditions aren't fantastic. Because the guy who owns it in my Let's Play, he's a money-hungry dude. Like, he's just interested in money. He'll do it the cheapest way possible in order for him to make some big, big cash or dollar bill fat stacks to put in the bank. So, yeah. This is meant to look a bit run down. We're going to be putting some rags and stuff on the floor. We've got a cereal box there, lots of pots and pans around the place. I think some pots and pans will actually be on the ground. And I love that during gameplay of this place, people actually knock over the bins in the kitchen. So then there's rubbish everywhere. And I just love that it looks really run down. So as I said, this is a good starter restaurant. Or it's also a good place for your Sims to go to as well, because it's like a casual place, it's quite realistic, and if I don't say so myself, you might disagree, and that's fine, because each to their own, but yeah. Yeah, I also love the new doors with the circular window in them. I think they're really cool. I think they look very realistic for a diner or a restaurant or fast food place. They're just the perfect door for this stuff back. And I love that those lights are red and yellow. That was pretty perfect. That was lucky. And we've also got some wall lights there going up. And then I figured I'd like some windows, but then I wanted to ruin the windows by putting blinds on all the windows. So, because this place is not meant to be a beautiful place to sit. It's meant to be a fast food chain, a fast food chain restaurant. It's not meant to be really pretty. It's meant to be cheap, straight to the point. You can go and get your food when you're not fussed. And yeah, that's the aim. And I think we achieve it in the end. I think so. Although it's quite funny because in actual gameplay, if you're not familiar with the Sims 4 Dine Out, customers will come in and they will have thought bubbles above their head that say what they're impressed by or disappointed by. And they're always really impressed by the ambience in the place. They love the environment. And it's just hilarious because I'm like, this was not meant to be a good looking place. So I don't know, I must have put some decor, probably the fluorescent signs on the walls apparently make it really lovely to sit in. So you'll be quite successful in that department, which is good to know. The bar stools work pretty well too in terms of layout. They're really handy for sitting Sims down as well as single Sims dining by themselves. And in this part, I was going to use wooden tables. And then I really wanted to make use of the stripy umbrellas because I just thought it looked cool. So we do change in a second to some stripy umbrellas. And I also couldn't find a table that looked quite right because we had the ones from Outdoor Retreat and they looked too foresty. And then we had plastic ones for camping. And then we just had the wooden ones. And it just wasn't ideal. I don't know. It just wasn't working. And the wood didn't go with the fencing wood, which is that dark grey. And, you know, just a hot mess. Just not what you want. So here we are popping in some chairs. Those chairs looked odd because they looked like they needed to be indoor chairs because they had fabric on them. So we changed them to outdoor wooden chairs. And I also like the fact that these umbrellas and chairs look newer than the inside of the restaurant. So perhaps renovations were made. Perhaps they needed to update them, but they haven't really bothered to update the whole place. And I like that feeling that it gives. Alrighty, so now we're putting blinds on the windows. I wanted to block out the natural light so you can enjoy the fluorescent man-made lighting indoors instead. And that is lovely. I also thought of something kind of... Okay, I'm going to say it. I can't not say it. I'm too immature and too lame not to find this funny. But okay, you know how McDonald's you call the big M? Well, because it's DcMonald's, it's the big D. It is the big D. When you go to this place, you're on the search for the big D. And I just thought that was hilarious. And if you younger viewers are watching with your parents and your parents are asking you, what are you watching? Say, Mum, Dad, I know Deli is being immature and I do not look up to her when she's being cheeky and immature. She's not usually like this. But come on, the big D. That's hilarious. So anyways, I know I'm lame. Okay, let's continue. Let's move on. Oh, God. Okay, don't laugh. Okay, it's fine. Anyways, I thought these umbrellas on the outside looked really nice, and I like the stripes. It just adds a little bit of extra detail to the place, and that concrete fencing is perfect around the place of the big day. And I also love that there's some cameras for security around the place too. I thought that was kind of realistic as well. These commercial places have security cameras all the time, and the outdoor bins I think add a lot too. I made sure to add heaps and heaps of outdoor bins because again I wanted to make this place look a little bit less upper class, a little bit unhygienic, not awesome working conditions as I've explained already. And yeah, lots of bins. Bins are off-putting. Bins are off-putting because they smell, and it's very hard to make a bin look attractive, you know? It is hard. I think that bins should be in the floor, right? I know you think I'm crazy, but hear me out for a second. If you had bins in the floor, like a little circle in the floor, and that you tap your foot on it, like you double step on it, and then it spins, so it's a bin, and then you throw your rubbish in, and it spins back, no one will fall down the hole, and the smell's not going to bother anyone because it's down really low. It's perfect. I know. You guys heard it here first. I feel like I'm going to make it real big in the world. This idea is gold. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of that. But anyways, here is the DcMonald's, aka the Big D. And I'm going to stop now. This is the screenshots. Hope you guys enjoyed this build. Let me know what other builds you would like to see. Do you want to see more restaurants? Would you like to see more of them? Would you like to see more residential builds? Just let me know because I'm open to all ideas. And this one was a fun one. I liked it. It was nice and simple, but very different to what I've done before. And it's kind of nice to not make things look fancy for a change, you know? Just make it look a little bit run down and a little bit gritty. It was good. It was good fun. Anyways, guys, I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I'll speak to you soon.